blah 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 blah. Okay, that was just me testing to see if the microphone worked, and it seems like it did, so that's good. Anyway, in this video, I'm just recording myself getting a 4-blind PB of 3 minutes flat. And for any of you non-cubers out there, that just means I started the timer, then I looked at a scrambled 4x4 Rubik's Cube, memorized it, put on my blindfold, solved it blindfolded, and stopped the timer in 3 minutes. Yay, woohoo me. Yeah. So I guess for the full story, I got a 5-blind mean in competition last year, and it wasn't that fast, but I felt like I had achieved everything I wanted to, because it was never my main goal to become world class or anything. So I stopped practicing big blind entirely at that point. And I was averaging 10 minutes for 5-blind and 4 minutes for 4-blind, and that's still what I average now. So a year goes by and like whatever, nothing happens. But I figure like we're in quarantine now, and I'm also not in school, so I have a lot more free time. So I should be spending that free time to be making YouTube videos better than this one. But just for fun, I started practicing 4-blind for the first time in a year or so. So getting a new PB is pretty fun then, I guess. Oh, that was kind of a cringe thing to say. Anyway, yeah, you could see that I just put the blindfold on, which means we went from the memo stage to the execution stage. And this scramble was pretty lucky because for edges, it was just one giant 23 cycle, which means I only had to memorize 22 letters, and then I saw the buffer, and then I could just instantly be done. I didn't have to check for any cycle breaks because I knew there could only be one solved edge piece somewhere else on the cube, and I could just ignore it. Anyway, I didn't really want to do this voiceover, but I figured that like watching someone memorize is pretty boring, so I wanted to spice it up a bit. But now that I myself am... Oh, by the way, this is the portion in the solve where I do a 5-minute pause, or 5-second pause, because I couldn't remember in my head whether the letters went night SpongeBob or SpongeBob at night. And I gotta figure out a way to differentiate between those two orders. But yeah, like I was saying, I only decided to do a voiceover just because I know that people don't want to watch someone memorize. But now that I'm actually solving, I don't have to do this voiceover now. So I quit. Okay, that's almost sub 3. Should have just turned a little faster. Okay, sub 3 next time.